Fifth place goes to the black bear of Manitoba, with over 70 bears having made it into the Boone and Crockett all-time records book.
One of the great trophies a guy can get here in Canada is the black bear. They are a lot of fun. A lot of different methods used in black bear hunting. You can run them with dogs, you can use them with baiting, you can do the spot and stalk. I've been fortunate enough to hunt them both with bow, muzzleloader, and rifle, and I've killed several black bears.
Baiting for black bears has a long tradition and requires a great deal of skill.
You know, for folks who have never hunted black bears, they think maybe hunting over bait is a little bit easy, maybe even cheating. I got to tell you, it's not. These animals are shy, they're secretive, they've got incredible hearing and smell. Very challenging animals, okay? It takes more than just showing up. You have to put in your time, you have to work hard, and you need a little bit of luck on your side as well.
A large percentage of Canada's more than 400,000 black bears call Manitoba home.
The bears like the thick bush, where of course they can stay, solitary, which we have plenty of. That's where we got lots of bears.
Probably don't shoot the first bear that comes along because they all look big, especially the first time you see them. They do have some large bears up here. John was telling us they've been spotting one that's over 400 pounds, which is a very, very nice bear. So my advice is be patient, stay cool, take a deep breath, and squeeze off the shot.
In the province of Manitoba, the Kavanuriak herd of central Canada barren ground caribou approaches 500,000 animals.
When you get to talking about horn game and going north, I tell you what's really a lot of fun, and this is a hunt for anybody's family, caribou. Caribou are so much fun. You'll see they're not as big as you think they are. That long flowing white mane, but let me talk about horns and horn configurations. You see an animal basically the size of a mule deer with horns 2 and 3 feet long and 5 feet wide and 4 feet tall. Normally when you get out and hunt them, you're seeing a lot of game. It's a good spot and stalk type of animal.
What the prairies are to the pronghorn, the tundra is to the caribou. Caribou inhabit the vast treeless plains of the north, open country stretching as far as the eye can see.
What I like about hunting caribou is mainly the country. It's so different from where I live, and the colors up here, the ruggedness, the harshness, and when a caribou steps out in this stuff, they're amazing. They're such a beautiful animal, just so majestic, it grows on you.
There's just something about that environment, It's in September and still sort of hot and summery back home. You get up into the north country and you've got that brisk, sharp air and the fall colors are already turning. It's like you get a jump on the action, That's October already. So you're up there hunting caribou, there are lots of them, they're in the open, you get to see them. It's not like looking for elk for a week, and you hear them bugle a couple of times and you might not even see one. These guys are out there where you can see them and go after them and make a stalk.
But you want to talk about a lot of fun with the family. Caribou hunting is truly a must.
There are few more magical sounding places than the Yukon, and few more magnificent animals than the Dall sheep, making it our number 3.
Dall sheep is a sheep hunter's dream date because they're so accessible. You get up into that wilderness country of the Yukon and there are a lot of sheep and not very many people, so it's much easier to get a tag.
I knew Dall sheep were interesting animals because I'd seen them in magazines, but I'd never had the chance to be up close and personal with one. I was just amazed at how beautiful they are, how big their horns are, how many curls there were. Just a great looking animal and an exciting hunt.
The hunt itself is incredible because you're in the most beautiful part of North America. If you like mountains and alpine country where you can see forever, snow-capped peaks and all the rest of it, you just cannot beat the Yukon on a Dall sheep hunt. There are all those wonderful stories of the far north, Jack London. You see all that while you hunt Dall sheep.
Every hunt is just a wonderful experience. I've really never had a bad one, and look forward to the next. They're all just exciting, and the shooting and the stalking situations are always different.
Normally hunting Dall sheep, it's either a backpack hunt or you got to take a Piper Cub and be flown in there and dropped off. This is an extremely difficult hunt. There's going to be a lot of climbing. It is extremely rugged country, a lot of steep terrain. This hunt, you must be in great shape.
But boy, once you get into that big curly horned animal up in those mountain peaks, it's an entirely new experience. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I've been on, I think, 7 Dall sheep hunts, and I'm ready to go anytime somebody drops a quarter.
Number 2 carries us back to Alberta, famous not only for trophy whitetail, but for mule deer as well.
If you're a big game hunter, you have to hunt the mule deer because it's the icon of the West. And it is such a regal, striking animal. Those tall, tall horns that just seem to go forever, and then the spread, my gosh.
The hotter it seems for the mule deer, early in the morning, late, very last light in the evening. They're certainly shaded up, rim rock, deep in the canyons.
The mule deer is such an absolutely great animal, great game animal, absolutely gorgeous, fun to hunt, and he lives in the finest country. So to me, that's one of the reasons I really enjoy hunting the mountains. Yeah, I love to hunt mule deer, but it also gives me the excuse to spend that time in that old high, rocky, old hard country that you run into when you're hunting mule deer up north.
The mule deer is a cliff dweller and ridge runner. It's a deer a hunter has to go after and not expect it to come to him.
This type of hunting differs greatly from sitting in a tree stand. There's a lot of mental game that goes in setting up your stand and learning the habits of a deer, but to actually physically go one-on-one like a chess game, sometimes that chess game will go on for a few days. Sometimes for a guy like me, it goes on for the whole season. It's an adrenaline rush like no other type of hunting that I've ever come across in my lifetime. The animal's not coming to you. You're going after the animal, and it puts you in a whole different mindset, and it's a different paradigm of hunting, in my opinion.
Hard hunting, fun hunting, and the reward of finding one of those really big mule deer and finally getting on to them, getting your crosshairs on them. I mean, that's an experience of a lifetime.
The British Columbia is home to one of the world's largest population of the world's greatest bear, the grizzly, our #1 Canadian hunt.
One great thing about hunting a grizzly bear is, and they're probably one of the ultimate trophies in North America, just the reputation that they have. They're not an animal you want to take lightly. You know, their hearing is pretty good, their eyesight's pretty bad, but that nose on them, they can smell you a mile away. A lot of different ways to hunt them. Spot and stalk. You can find every so often maybe a moose kill that they've been on if you lay and watch over that. Or one of the new ways a lot of people are doing them with predator calling. Now that's a real exciting deal. Get out, get set up somewhere, start calling a predator call and see who shows up.
1 out of every 2 grizzlies in Canada inhabits British Columbia. And a big boar can reach 1,000 pounds and kill a moose with a single blow.
I know there's a little controversy on grizzly bear, but let me tell you about this. They've got so many grizzlies. They got a spring season and a fall season. You can come up here and shoot a grizzly every single year. Think about that. That's through conservation efforts of man. We've done a fantastic job, and if we continue to do the job that we're doing, guess what? Not only will my grandsons be able to come up here and hunt, but so will their children.
We're really fortunate here. There's several different ways to hunt these grizzly bears. We can go up in the mountains and work them when they're on the berry patches. They come out, walk and stalk after you sight them, of course. And we also boat hunt where we go way up the river on the shorelines, and sometimes we'll do a walk and stalk, and other times we'll just drift out of the boat. And it's great hunting. It's always exciting. You never know what you're going to see.